Hey guys, today I am showing you how to roast pumpkin seeds, and I'm going to do a sweet version and a savory version, and this is a super easy, quick, delicious, and super healthy snack to eat as well. So I'm taking a fresh pumpkin, I'm carving the top off of it, and then I'm just separating all of the goo from the seeds. Just make sure that you don't get too much goo. A little bit of goo on the seeds is okay because when it toasts it's kind of tasty, but you don't want too much. So you're going to start with some extra virgin olive oil. Then you need some garlic salt. Make sure it's salt, not powder. Then some Old Bay seasoning and also some pepper. And I always use the fine milled pepper when I do seeds because I don't like the way ground pepper kind of cracks in the teeth. So you're also going to need some butter. I use salted butter. And then some brown sugar, and make sure it's the light brown sugar. I just like the flavor of the light brown sugar better. And then you need some nutmeg, ground nutmeg. And you also need some cinnamon, also ground cinnamon, and then a little bit of cloves, just a little bit of these suckers. Also make sure that you rinse your pumpkin seeds to make sure any last chunks of pumpkin goo are out of there. So our first seeds are going to be the sweet version. So I'm just going to take about a tablespoon of butter and just melt the butter until it is nice and liquidy. And then I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then I'm going to add about a quarter of a teaspoon each of ground nutmeg and cloves. You can go a little bit lighter on the cloves if you want. They are definitely a stronger spice. So these are just kind of pumpkin pie spices to sweet spice your pumpkin seeds. And lastly, you're going to add about a tablespoon of brown sugar. And then after you add all of this, you are going to mix it up all really well. Be sure you mix it as evenly as you can so that when you pour these seeds in that they get evenly coated. Now I'm only adding about a half a cup of pumpkin seeds. You can definitely do more, and if you want to do more, just double the recipe or triple the recipe. But just make sure once you get the seeds in there that you stir them really well. You can dry the seeds off if you want to, but they tend to stick if you do that. So for the next batch of seeds, I'm going to do about a tablespoon of olive oil. Make sure it's extra virgin. Then I do about a teaspoon of garlic salt, and then about a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and also about a half a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. Now you can definitely do more or less of these seasonings if they are not to your taste the way that I do them. This is just the measurement that I use for this recipe. So the same thing, you're going to mix all of this up really well. I know it's hard when it's such a small amount. Mix it as well as you can, and then when you're done mixing, you're going to add the other half a cup of seeds. And then stir those seeds also really well to get them coated. And then once they are coated, you are going to start pouring your seeds onto a tin-foiled baking sheet. You can use a regular baking sheet, I just like tin-foil because it's a little less sticky. And make sure you spread the seeds out as well as you can in a single layer. A little bit of overlap is okay, but if they overlap too much, they'll just stick to each other and not bake properly. And then I'm going to put the cinnamon seeds on the other half of the cookie sheet and make sure that you spread those out. Make sure they don't touch in the middle, and a good way to stop this is if you use a little tinfoil barrier, and then that way you can tell the difference between the seeds when you are pouring them out after they have baked. Also cover them with a little bit of sea salt. I do both. I like salt on all of it. Be sure you preheat your oven to 300 degrees, and you are going to bake these for 45 minutes. But what I do is I set my timer for 15-minute intervals, and after each 15 minutes, I give them a little moving around on the tray so that they bake evenly. So when they are done, these are your cinnamon, and these are your garlic. You can tell the difference kind of with the color. They are delicious, they are crispy, they are healthy, they make you want to dance. Thanks for watching.